table full of melanites. Crystal body gon' shine, I don't need the ice. It's real talk. Yeah. Speaking on the times, cause my people need to see. Third eye blind, no, they lying through their teeth. They tryna loot the time, tryna keep us in a sleep. But you know we gotta rise like the steam in the heat. Quantum physics to a beat, how time zone lead. It matter just the data that your brain gon' see. Alchemy, your master, all that photon light. Avatar, the body, just the temple, do you see? The deities surround me, I feel the peace. Breathe deep, I push chi like Bruce Lee. Yo, it's Dragon Ball Z. I Super Saiyan 3, and we finna walk them down. Any town, any street. New world on horizon, I can see the silver lining. Cause the sun gon' shine, then we all keep shining. Mighty lion could heal the pain, you know his name. But they stand on the same old thing. They playing, well let's talk about it. Round table full of melanites. Crystal body gon' shine, I don't need the ice. D and me, you gon' see it's rise. My people so divine, know it's our time. Let's talk about it.
Let's have the conversation.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Let's have the conversation.
I don't wanna hear that he say, that she say. You listening to parasites on replay. They tap into my phone to listen like we on three-way. It's tap into your aura, feel the energy like heat waves. Let's talk about it. Who you praying to? When it starts to lose your mind, who is saving you? If you're moving through the time, what's the energy that's moving you? I wanna have the conversation. We always dropping gems back and forth, like great debating. We making our own way, our own land, our own pavement. Just tuning up the spaceship. I like to wake up with the sun. Say my daily mantra, speaking cryptic, speaking tongues. Tell them what I'm after, we're the one and get it done. I feel my enemies around me. 7 deadly sins, they tryna trap and keep me bounded. I'm not staying around, I get my people, then I'm outie. Yeah.
Round table full of melanites. Crystal body gon' shine, I don't need the ice. D and me, you gon'
Greetings, and welcome to another episode of Let's Have the Conversation. What's going on, panel? How y'all doing?
Greetings.
Everybody looking good. Greetings to the committee. We've missed y'all. It's been a whole week. And we back. Right. And we back, y'all. We got a good show. Just be ready, get ready, y'all. That's all I can say. Yeah, well, let's get this thing going, shall we? Let's get it going. We got a lot of topics. All right, yes, the mash. Please.
Oh no, go. Oh, wait a minute. I'm not even on mute. Oh, excuse me.
Oh, I thought you. We have the mass shooting situation going on, and this individual is, I believe, the shooter. I don't know whose story this is, but I'm kicking it over to whoever story it is. Take it over, please.
It's the panel.
Okay. Yeah. Like clockwork, another shooting. Just saying. I know it sounds
so
jacked up,
altogether, they're saying it has been. Let me get you the exact quote that they have released today. That says it's a crisis. Nearly 100. And this is not in the same place, but I'm gonna give you this because I want you to understand how serious it is. Nearly 100 Philadelphia students shot, 18 killed so far this school year. So now we're talking about Philadelphia, and this is where this mass shooting happened with the children. Miss Hale, what state is it in? The mass shooting?
I believe. What?
Isn't it Tennessee?
It was in Nashville.
Tennessee,
Okay.
Nashville. Nashville. So we have Philadelphia 100 this year, and then these children. And I decided not to put up video because I actually was able to load some of our videos up today that we're going to show, so you ain't got to have your phone like this. So I was able to upload some of the videos for today. But so what's her name? Aubrey Hale. Aubrey Hale went into a school and she assassinated children. Now they are saying, and let me say, we're missing Charming, but Charming is in the chat. She has some family things going on. We'll see Charming next week. We love Charming to life. I hope everything works out. Now, Aubrey Hill had went into this school and she assassinated children as well as the staff. Some of them, it's supposed to be 7 people in total, 3 babies, and they keep saying three staff members, but I guess the 7th person is Aubrey. Okay, so she went in and Malika sent the video to me, and as they're going through, the police is going through, I didn't even see the tiny little shaded out orb of the little baby's body that was laying there. She took it upon herself for retribution for whatever she felt like she was suffering. Today in the meeting, when we was talking about it, we both kind of came to the same consensus that someone did something to her in this school, but it wasn't none of the children. So fuck her for that. But what's the thought about this mass shooting panel?
Sorry, just a correction. I said yes, Aubrey, but it's Audrey. Audrey Hill.
Audrey Hill. Okay.
And you know how I feel about being correct with anything that has to do with her. I feel like fuck it. She went in there and did this. Absolutely. Since I'm already speaking,
I'm sorry. I'm starving. I'm gonna just press mute.
Sip, sis. Sip. This really bothered me. And for some reason, like I was telling Quatita last night, I can't shake this one. And I don't know what it is. There's certain true crime and situations like this that kind of just stick out to me, and I never really know why or what it is. But especially after seeing the videos that Sean King had posted on his page, where it shows the body cam footage of the officers, and I realized, there were some questions like, wow, this footage got out really quick. And then I realized, well, when they do it right, they put the footage out real quick. But to see the fear, even in the officers, when they were going through the hallways, and the one that you could tell, like, he'd just be in the woods practicing for the fun of it. Like, he was the one that was kind of leading and guiding, and it's okay, I got you. It's all right, don't worry, keep going, I got you. And he's also the one, because that's the moment that got me, that Quatita was speaking about, when one said, we've got one down, and it was the baby laying on the floor. And he said, keep going, because it was obvious that the baby was already, unalived, was deceased. I am appreciative that they took her down as quickly as they did. I'm appreciative that they did not make the parents wait outside the school as they surrounded the school and did nothing, such as what we've seen in previous situations when, this happens and so many kids end up getting hurt. I'm glad they went in there, and under 3 minutes, she was out of there. But something about that video, the alarm bells ringing in the video, the energy of it, something is just, I don't know what it is yet, cousins, but it's sticking out to me.
Well, can I say what stuck out to me today, Malika? So everybody knows Sabrina the Teenage Witch, Melissa Joan Hart, right? She made a video today, and she was very shaken up, or yesterday or whenever she made, I saw it today. She made the video and said she was very shaken up. And she says that her children, that she just moved to Nashville, and her children's school was right next door to the school. And it just so happened her children didn't go to school, but as she was driving past, they had to help little children coming through the woods. She just so happened to be in that area at that time. And reason why she was so shaken up is because this is the second mass school shooting where her children went to school next door, because the first one was Sandy Hook.
That is insane.
Well, ain't that a coinky dink?
Coinky dink, isn't it?
Because Sandy Hook was also one of those that we all had to see. It was, crisis acting. But in this case, you just keep happening to be in places where there's some crisis acting allegedly going on. But how do you know these things keep occurring, and why are you in these same predicaments? But it also makes you think, like you said, Sabrina the Teenage Witch, you're in the industry, you know a little more than what you're saying. And if people aren't putting those pieces together and seeing how cohesive we need to be with that, I don't know what to say, but she's telling you what she's telling you.
Her children didn't go to school this day, just so happened.
Just so
but
happened.
She was driving past and saw the children coming through the woods and just stopped to help these little children. I have no words.
Kind of like the Jews that never went to the 9/11 building on the day the 9/11 happened. Kind of like that. They just
Kinda
happened
like
not to go to work that day.
Yeah, if you actually watch the video, and again, I think Malika might send me that one too, both of them, of the young lady going into the building, and I use lady loosely because I want to say dumb bitch, but we'll be respectful.
That's what I was about to say.
She went into the building and she's like looking around and she's opening doors like, what are you looking for? You're looking for what? It gave me the man, the boy, the asshole in the grocery store that was shooting them like, come on, come on, come on, come on. It was almost like they're playing a game in reality. Like she got points. It was 3-3. So that's 6. Like we're looking at numbers. We're looking at points. Like this is not what we think it is. I'm sure of it.
I'm wondering the text message exchange between her and the young lady that's a Mennonite.
To me, look like they would be friends, right?
Well, I don't think that they are. She's a radio host. I think they might have went to school. They had some acquaintance, but Shorty ain't talking about her like
together.
Right. Like there's young girls that I was in high school with, because here in Point Siena, especially back then, like even some of my acquaintances, they had the flag that they used to hunt us on their belt buckles, and they would tell me like, well, you don't go down that road, and they would kind of warn me about certain things in the area. So I would always just be nice to everybody because I just wanted people to be nice to me. So you had like choir practice girls that now they'll see me and be like, oh, we were best. No, we weren't. But that's the energy that it gave me. She was always nice to her, but the fact that she sent her that message, and there was some, you could feel some good person in the messages that she sent to this girl. Like, you're going to hate me for what I'm about to do, and I can't explain it now, but the thing that got me is that pretty much you'll understand once you see all of the evidence I've compiled. So where is that information? Where is that information? Because this seemed to me like a movie where all of y'all got together and did something to me in the principal's office, and I can't get you, so I'm gonna get your kids, which is still fucked up, and she deserves to be brought back and sent back after that. It just seems like this goes so deep, and they're giving a lot of information, but they're not giving that information, and I can't figure out what is happening. She said to this girl clearly, once you see the information I've collected, you will get why I did this. I am sorry that I am about to do this. So, I want to know.
She says, I just want to die.
Yeah, she said, I just want to die.
Yeah. It's like y'all said, what did they do to her, or what did she find out on top? You know what I'm saying? What did she find out? Who was doing what to who?
Or what was the delusion that led her to think it? Because we also got to look at that part too, because that's also a possibility that it could be delusionally led. But where's that information at? Release
when
that too.
You say that, though, Malika, when you say that, they have TV shows like Pretty Little Liars and whatnot. And those TV shows we think it's just a TV show. You never know how deep that construct goes and what really is going on in that child's life, and how things that they're dealing with in their lifestyle that orchestrate them into doing this. It's like a Gypsy Rose, except you went too far. And it's a Gypsy Rose tied into being a basically Pretty Little Liars lifestyle. You're trying to get them back. They keep making these movies where these kids are coming back for revenge as adults. That's what it puts me in the construct of. Quatita was right when she says it's like a video game in their head. In their head is, I couldn't get you, so I'm going to be Bowser in this situation, and I'm about to get all of you. I'm about to collect as much as I can now. I'm going to be the big boss because I wasn't then, and it's still fucked up how it even orchestrates like that.
Yeah, I wonder.
What I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Nope, nope, not
Go
spoken
ahead.
yet. Ivory, go for it, baby.
What I'm thinking about is, what if these particular people that she unalived are connected to the people that hurt her?
Yeah, that's what. Yeah.
Yes, that is where I was getting at. Yes.
Because what it seems as though is in watching her go into this building and run rapid the way that she did, she was looking, honey. And it is so much dark energy coming from that video. Watching her go through there and just, she's ready for anybody coming at any moment, blowing doors open, which was when you said it, I was like, yep, I was just about to say that. So I'm thinking, why these specific people, who are they connected to? What research have you done to know that these particular children are located at this particular school? All of them simultaneously go here. Is this somebody's aunt, uncle, or cousin that may be working here? What is the thing that you have researched? Because you have to think about it. Nobody gets up one day and says, okay, I'm gonna go out and just shoot somebody at a school. Nobody does that. All of these are strategically planned and they know something. So, what has she found within the evidence, like Malika said, that you now go to this school and you unalive these babies and these elderly individuals and they no longer have their life? What is the backstory?
I
Well,
want to know. Oh, go for it,
no,
Governor.
nope. I wasn't even going to say anything.
Okay, no, just real quick. No, I would want to know is psychotropics, were they involved? Was this person like always? It always comes out they were seeing a therapist, psychiatrist. How long ago was it before they saw this individual this take place? Programming, that kind of thing. Who knows? But that's all I have to say about it.
Well, I was just going to say, I want to play this clip. And this is, there was a movie that came out. I remember the movie's called The Hate You Give. That's what this puts me in the mind of. This is about a minute or so. Watch this.
Not an actual threat of violence from Christians that's inspiring some trans people to buy AR-15s. No, it's got to be more fundamental than that. And it is. The trans movement is the mirror image of Christianity and therefore its natural enemy. In Christianity, the price of admission is admitting that you're not God. Christians openly concede that they have no real power over anything, and for that matter, very little personal virtue. They will tell you to your face that they are sinful and helpless and basically absurd. They're not embarrassed about any of this. They brag about it. That saved a wretch like me, goes the most famous Christian hymn ever written in English. The trans movement takes the opposite view. Trans ideology claims dominion over nature itself. We can change the identity we were born with, they will tell you with wild-eyed certainty. Christians can never agree with this statement because these are powers they believe God alone possesses. That unwillingness to agree, that failure to acknowledge a trans person's dominion over nature, incites and enrages some in the trans community. People who believe they're God can't stand to be reminded that they're not.
Did it play out? Because it was skipping on my end, so I don't know if you guys were able to hear it all.
It seemed like it did. Yeah,
Okay.
it seemed like it played out.
I was able to hear a little bit of it, but I wasn't able to hear everything. But it's okay. We'll talk about it.
So you see the hate. Go ahead, Chaz. Yes, you see the hate.
Yes, it's the playing God at the end for me. You know, it's like he was throwing shots. You know, sometimes I watch some of his stuff, so he's so sarcastically saying stuff. Yeah, it's the playing God. It's the agenda for me. Like, because it's just so funny. Every time it's a shooting, here comes some agenda behind it. You know what I'm saying? It's always something. Somebody's getting targeted, certain people, a certain something. Something's always getting targeted. It's either guns, transsexuality. Like, when are people going to mind their business? You know what I'm saying? People just going to mind their business.
Facts. Absolute facts.
Can we talk about, with all of that being said, all of that he just spewed and wasted energy and time and space on in minutes of my life? Can we talk about the fact that at no time, sir, did you address how many of these priests that are looked up to, how many of these fathers that are looked up to are creating dynamics within families where children are being touched, molested, and abused by individuals that their family tells them you have to trust because of the robe that they wear? But then again, that wouldn't surprise you, right? Because your political friends probably engage in the same thing based on their uniforms and their red shoes. I don't understand how we can focus on all of this extra stuff and we can point out labels and criteria. At the end of the day, it's a sick freaking human. And that's what it is. She has issues and the issues weren't dealt with. And a part of me says that's not just her fault, because she's probably surrounded with individuals that think the way that this individual thinks, that aren't supportive, that don't see the tears, that don't see the crying out, that don't pay attention to the changes in the eyes, that don't pay attention to the escape. What was it called? Escapism? That don't pay attention to the escapism that's happening within their own houses, within their own classrooms, because they're too busy being caught up in the bullshit that is. If you're going to focus on anything in this situation, it's to focus on the fact that the church has ruined and hurt so many families, and especially within the Catholic diocese. All they do is move them around. If you go back to the Franklin scandal, you can see how there are so many connections to religious figures. Because as much as they attempt to separate church and state, it's not separated when it comes to the toxicity that is them and their toxic behaviors. So the fact that that is what you chose to focus on, sir, for your little 5 minutes of speech or 1 minute or whatever that was that just played, the fact that you chose to focus on that tells me everything that I need to know about who you are and what you accept. And it's disgusting. And that's that on it.
Well,
Gratitude, friend. Gratitude, friend.
But see, I feel like the Mennonite church is even sicker. A lot, unlike the Catholic churches, they move those people around. They'll move the parishioner around before they move the person that did it around. I've noticed that.
It's all of them. It's all of them. I remember watching one on exactly with the Mennonite church where the mother offered her, I think she was 9 or 10. It was one of those shows on Netflix that talk about the loopholes in marriage and how grown men have been marrying young girls. And one of them was a pastor of a Mennonite church, and she birthed babies for him. And his whole congregation stood by and congratulated it as she was screaming out for help the entire time. It's all of them. Yeah. There's so much of it in all the different, I don't care the religion, I don't care. You have people that will claim that they're going to help people on these crisis missions that go there just to be around those children because they know they don't have a voice and no one will ever know that that is who they play with at night. I'm pretty sure if you looked at the dark web and we were able to collect all the names, you would see a clear connection, a clear parallel between religious involvement and pedophilia.
Absolutely. No doubt about it.
Go ahead,
Come on now.
You are not lying, Malika, because when I was in the 8th grade, my English teacher was a minister of music in the church. He was later found guilty for pedophilia for doing the exact same thing to me in school. He did it to somebody and they went to the police. I remember this so vividly. We were working on a project or a program after school, and I was singing in the program. I had a lead to sing. And he was also a good singer. So everybody loved when he sung and all of that. So he had a lot of us in his class because, of course, they have to have someone watching us if they were watching us after school and our parents gave us the permission. Girl, at this particular time, everybody was in the auditorium doing something. I have no clue as to why I was up there or what I was doing. Maybe I was probably getting my things. I was going to get ready to go because I was done doing what I needed to do. And he goes in and he turns off the light and he says, "Come here." And I'm looking at him like, no, I know what this looks like. At the time, I was a victim of molestation, so I know the signs. So I was not about to do that with him. It was not happening. Oh, and I was so weirded out. A couple of weeks after that, a friend, no, I would say a year or two after that, when I got in junior high in the 9th grade, one of the friends that I was close with ended up having a sexual interaction with him. And I'm like, how did y'all meet? Oh, we met online. It was so ironic that he didn't get me, but he got somebody that was close to me. But this was a willing situation. But at the end of the day, it was still pedophilia. And he was in the church, unchurch every Sunday. Oh, I took my mama to church and was singing down. But these are the things that are happening, and nobody is saying anything about them. Just as all of these big time pastors were caught with these boys in the mega church and was buying their families to keep them quiet.
Happens every day.
Yeah, it does.
Aubrey, I am so sorry to hear about those experiences, love.
Yeah.
And I get it, because my principal, we shared this the other night. My principal his nickname was Dr. Hugs. And they ended up finding out that the kindergartners and the first graders, to get them to act accordingly in class, he had a technique of playing with their areas to calm them down. And he did this for years. And even after it came out, and I'm talking about students, like lists of students that came out, and it was said that he was doing this to them on a daily basis in his principal's office. And the congregation still stood beside him. So I get it. And that's when I was Catholic for 3 years, for the 3 years of middle school. And they stood beside him. I get that. I get that. And I'm glad that you were, it's unfortunate that you had to go through what you went through, but I'm grateful. I give gratitude for you having the wherewithal to know I need to get up out of this situation. And in saying that, sorry, somebody said that one of the children that was unalived was one of the priest or pastor's child. And the thing that happens with that is, the thing that bothers me with that is, with her going in there, with Audrey going in there and doing that, and possibly allegedly, because these different scenarios we've given are alleged, we're just thinking through it, allegedly pointing out this child for that reason. How do you know that baby wasn't struggling through the same thing that you experienced at home? It's a lot.
It is. It is. But yeah, I agree with Malika though. Aubrey, you wouldn't be the beautiful individual you are right now, and all you the conqueror that you are, that we see before us, had you not had those experiences, and they're unfortunate, and nobody should have to go through them. But baby, you's a bad motherfucker for them. So
that was
you know what I'm
this
saying?
is the first time I've ever talked about it on a public platform. I didn't even tell my parents, because I just felt like there was no safe space to tell them. You understand what I'm saying? Like it's so many things that have happened that I'm like, I can't even come to you and tell you things like this. But I knew that I need to get out this situation, because it was the whole sitting back in his chair, legs wide open for me, and putting me, and I'm sitting there like, what? You really are doing this right now,
Right.
and you're you're my English teacher at that. So I have to see you every day, or every block that I take your class, and you have no problem with this.
We become very unprotected as a whole of Melanite, and not just the children, the adults as well. But I totally get what you're saying. I experienced it too in the 8th grade, teachers touching on me, and then I was blamed by the dean, like, oh, Miss Dean, you're just upset because he's a married man and you can't have him. Like, he's not a married man, he's a grown-ass man, and he's touching me, and I'm telling you that, and whispering in my ear. And then to come to find out that, it's girls he was keeping after school, you know what I'm saying, doing things to them, but nothing still ever came of it. And so I'm just thinking, as y'all are talking, I'm thinking about, like this became nationwide news, and they just so happened to get this shooter and catch this person and kill her in the midst of. But I just read to you there, it's 100 in Philadelphia.
Mm-hmm.
Primarily what African American Melanites, and we have not heard of any of these shootings. Like, where's those reports at? Where is the shooters on that? What's happening with that? Spirit has been talking to me all day. I really believe when the Spirit does this, it's a situation that's happening where someone is not being protected. I feel like it's some situation with like a judge or someone that's a magistrate or something, to where somebody is looking at this judge and his children because of he's not paying attention to the cases he has fucked over. That's what I've been seeing all day. It was almost like it was in my first person, like it was me that was experiencing it. And it's like, oh, you mean like this would have happened had that would have been your daughter, Haley, at this college. And I kept seeing the judge like, like, I feel like maybe that's a sign that we need to start to look at, like, all of the shit, not just the Audrey Hales, but the cops and all of this other shit. How is it they made it there in time? Again, the school shootings that get broadcasted like this, we have to look at it. Sandy Hook, they were able to get that guy. They're always able to get them. Where are the ones that's in the Melanite? Because see, this is 118 killed. Where's these stories at? They weren't able to get there, no?
Right. Because everybody was too busy covering that, right? Anywho, don't mean to cut you off, but we need to take our first break from our sponsors, y'all. So we were going to be back in a moment, right back. What a word from our sponsors. Excuse me, tongue-tied. Sheesh.
They say do everything with attention. From my hands to yours. May you receive all the energy and everything you needed.
All right, y'all, and we back. All right. Oh, so yeah, Malika, go ahead and take it away. This is you, mama.
Okay, so this story, I'm sure a lot of you have seen it on your timeline. The man that you see pictured there is DeAndre Flanagan. The woman that you saw in the picture as well, they're both mother and father to that beautiful baby girl that you saw pictured. So what DeAndre Flanagan has done is unalived that beautiful 2-year-old baby. What happened from different sources when I was reading up on it is that he picked up his daughter Zavia, I hope I'm pronouncing her name correctly, from her daycare. He took her to Walmart where the mom worked, and he exclaimed to the mother that she needed to hand over her phone. I guess there was a back and forth that ensued, and at that point she would not provide the password to the phone. And he told her that he was going to hurt her daughter if she didn't hand over the phone. I'm assuming that there was some adultery going on, or he thought she was cheating, or whatever the case was. And it probably started way before this, and he already had it planned when he went to go and pick up baby. So it says he demanded her cell phone. And this was cited from the court documents that this is what occurred. And then once she gave him the cell phone, he allegedly hit her multiple times after that, the mom, and then fled with Zavia in the vehicle. Now, the police began to chase after the car. While this chase was going on, he FaceTimed, the mom was trying to get in contact with him, and she finally was able to use another individual, I believe it was a relative's phone, and she got through on FaceTime. When he answered, he kept showing her the baby girl, and at that point, they said that her face was covered in blood. He had strangled her, he punched her. They said it looked like he hit her in the face with something very hard. And the statement that he also, I'm sorry, I don't know if I missed that he was choking her on the FaceTime also, the 2-year-old, while the family members were watching. The mom kept screaming, "This is your child. She loves you. Stop doing this. This is your child." And his response to her was, "You only love that man. You did this to her." According to some other information I found, initially there was a bond set for $1 million, and then that doubled to $2 million during his appearance in court later in the week. Thoughts?
Now, Malika, was this the same girl that had also said that she had went to and heard a lot of other complaints where she kept getting threats from him? Is this the same girl that kept getting the threats before he did what he did?
I'm not sure about the precursors to it. I've only looked into what happened at this specific time, and because I was so wrapped up in the experience that baby girl endured in that car at the hands of her father, and what she was hearing, the chilling energy that must have been coming through of hearing her mommy's voice there, knowing that mommy is usually protector, and then knowing that the biggest protector of them all, which I'm sure if he was capable of doing this, he's probably shown some of these behaviors previously, because you don't just jump to this out of nowhere. But it's also very sad, Jose, I that kind of broke my heart when you said, "Is this the same one?" Because the truth of the matter is, this is happening way too freaking often.
Yes.
So for us to even be able to say now, that means there's too many of these stories where we're trying to figure out if the pieces match to this, because there's so many coming in where women, men, I'm going to get into that later, babies are being sacrificed at the hands of ignorance. So yes, Jose, I'm not sure if that's the same circumstance. I would assume so, because again, this doesn't sound like a first-time abuser.
But you know, Malika, I resonate with this because this resonates with my own personal life and my own personal experience with someone in my own family. So I actually get that. Although I don't understand the full, I don't understand the full synopsis of that. I do know that hits close to home for me, because I do know what that is like. And to have someone that is supposed to protect you, love you, parent you, and do something like that to you is disheartening. It's real disgusting, and it makes you think, what is going on? The mind is fractured clearly, but there's something more to it. Were there other signs for her to be careful and say, let me get out of the situation and let me remove myself from the situation? I don't know if she was able to pick up on those signs, and I'm not blaming her. I am not blaming her, only from my own experience, what I have in my own personal family with that. But it just makes you think, did you not see any signs to make you like walk away and try to protect the baby because he seemed a little sinister when he did this or that?
I mean, this is my thought. Like, I'm going over this in my mind. My child's father comes in Walmart with my daughter and you're threatening her, and I'm already looking at you. Now what's about to happen is we're about to come to blows because you're not walking out of Walmart with my child. It's not happening. And I'm not blaming her, but I'm saying, Quatita, like, it was going to be security. It was going to be like, do you remember when they tried to separate Celie and Nettie? Bitch, that was going to be me. I was going to have this man by his shirt. You were going to drag me out of the store, and it was not going to be an easy win about mine. I'm confused.
That's why I'm wondering about the punches, because I was like, he would have had to lay me out, because the viral video would have been me on top of the car holding onto the hood. They got a whole aisle of knives, weapons, tools. We at Walmart.
You're banking in Walmart.
And then it's, where is everybody? Where is everybody else? Where will you see? I don't even care. Don't step in with the grown people. But you see this man do this and then take a child out the store with him. Where is everybody at? When did we get so tuned out? And then I'm looking because I'm like, did she get laid out? But in the video, her face doesn't look very bruised.
Yeah. I didn't see too many tears from all the crying she was doing either. I mean, not be that way, but
that's what I was going to say. She was like, I was trying to tell him, this is your daughter. She loved trying to listen. I'm about to steal somebody's car. Like, I'm not understanding the franticness. Where is it at?
And that's what it makes you too. A lot of people go through those postpartum moments where it's like, I already had checked out. So, I mean, I want to fight for my baby, but I checked out, which is scary. That is scary. And I don't know the feeling of it. But I also know she should have had an instant click in when she started seeing that, though. Something should have clicked where my baby. And you should have had that maternal instinct. I have to do whatever it takes to save her. You go ahead, Malika. I see it's right there.
It should click from birth. I was getting my ass beat. I accepted a lot of shit when it came to me. This is what I don't even know which live it was because we've done so many lives this last week. But when Elijah jumped in on the live and I was explaining to him that you saved my life. Once I held him, the moment he came out, when dude held Elijah for the first time, which could be a sentimental moment for me, I was in disgust. I was in disgust in that moment. How do I get out of this? When I held my baby and realized that this thing that had been growing inside of me is now here with me and I'm all he's got, he's all I got, none of that shit gonna go down. And I even ended up in a situation where I couldn't leave right away because there was bail in my mama's house and a bunch of stupid shit I did before that was caught up in the circumstance. So I had to endure a lot of stuff. But what you're not gonna do is touch or hurt my child. I will go behind bars for that. It's not gonna happen. Sorry, go ahead, Aubrey.
Listen, I am so angry. I am so
angry with him and her.
I am so angry with this because if a dog, a whole animal out here, can protect their children by any means necessary, they don't give a damn. When you have puppies and their mama is nursing them children, you can go over there if you want to. She is going to bite your damn hand off. It doesn't matter. He came to your job to tell you, I've already made a decision. If you don't give me what I want, I am going to harm this child. I don't love this child. I don't want this child, obviously, because that was something that he felt that he could use as collateral. A whole human being that you helped create? No, absolutely not.
What really sickens me is the fact. Sorry, Carmen, go ahead.
No, go ahead, because it's actually a question that I want to pose at the end of this about this topic. Okay. So go for it.
What sickens me is the fact that nobody stopped, including the mom that was in this situation. And then you look at the daycare owner a few weeks ago. I don't know if y'all heard about that. The daycare owner, the parents came and told her that her husband was molesting their children, and she shot and killed him. Like, where is that energy? And she don't look like she regretted not one bit. That was my business. Those were my babies, and you touched them. And
those weren't even her biological children. That's just her business.
Right.
Yeah, her daycare babies.
And she took him out off the basis of that. Like, how dare you? How I don't. And again, like Jose was saying earlier, but I get tired of the don't victim blame thing. I'm not saying that you did this to this baby, but I'm saying there's steps that could have been taken to prevent.
That's
at least attempt to prevent. Right.
Let me just say this, because this is how serious this shit goes for me with children, my kids especially. My daughter was like maybe 3 months old, and I have her in my arms on my lap, and her father is pissed. He's drunk, and he's tried to grab something like my purse out of my hand because he wanted to go through my purse. See, I've been through this type of shit. And he tried to grab my shit, and when he pulled it, I lunged forward and almost dropped my baby. I don't know what happened because in that moment, there was a glass. I hit him across his head because you almost made me drop my daughter. That's all I understood. You understand me? My hands was cut the fuck up. I did not give a shit. But he understood that I understood. Don't ever, not ever. I feel like as mother, and I am blaming her. I am. I'm sorry. I'm blaming him because, first of all, what the fuck? I had a cousin that did the same thing to my sister. And then that's the whole crazy situation debacle. But he was doing 80 on the expressway. I might have even talked about this before. He was doing 80 on the expressway. He called my sister. He said, I'm about to throw the fucking baby out this car. Like, because he thought she was cheating. You know what I'm saying? Like, how are you that upset about pussy? Because ultimately, you don't own her. You don't own that. Like, this is your child that does belong to you. I am so confused and boggled that nobody took the situation seriously. Like, he didn't give a fuck. So it meant she should have gave a fuck. There's no reason he left out of the store with your daughter, whether you believed him or not. Once he said it, when he was in that mind state, I barely even trust men to watch my children at all. I'm not sure they have the same patience as a mother. I'm sorry. There's no reason he should have ever walked out with this baby, period. What's your question, Corbin?
Okay, this is my question for the panel. After everything everybody's just said, have we digressed as a people and as a society so much? Do you think psyche vow should be evolved before children are brought into a situation? Are we there?
Been there. But then that's control. That's control.
But let's even bring it into deeper. People are just having babies just to keep people in the relationship.
Yes.
This is trauma. This is what you're teaching in these classes. Trauma. Little boys, little girls having children, so therefore they can keep people in the relationship. Traps. These are traps. These are, I don't even know what to call it. But these are not children that's made out of love. It's made to keep you grounded and in control. Oh, you ain't gonna leave because I got little man Junior. You ain't gonna do that. But the first thing that you do is you harm the child to affect the parent. But when
they're Happy Meal babies, Aubrey. Happy Meal babies. Why you didn't buy my baby a Happy Meal?
That part.
Carbon, to answer your question, I would say no. And the only reason I say no is because it would give the system another excuse to have reason to take our babies away from the people who are doing it correctly. Because every avenue they can use to gather our babies up, the ones that are that trigger that system says this is one of those, this is one of those, they will snatch your baby up. So sorry, that's my foot massager. My bad. So I needed a laugh anyway because I was really pissed off about this.
I am hot. I'm hot because I did not know he went to Walmart. I never heard that part until you said this.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Yeah,
I didn't either.
He did. And I believe, I'm looking back for it, but I can't find the original article. I should have saved that link. But I believe they said that it's a relative's phone that she used while at work for the FaceTime. But then you have other sources that say he FaceTimed her. But according to the news report that had the cited court documents, that one had stated that she used a relative's phone to FaceTime him. That's when she finally was able to get through. And yeah, by the time the cops stopped him, they took him out and then they went over to the baby and her lifeless body was there.
And he's saying what?
He look. This is the part where I feel like I wouldn't be mad at you, Mr. Officer, sir.
To shoot the fuck out of him, kill him. That's my thought. Why is he not dead? Do you understand me? That's my thought right now. Why is he still alive? I'm sorry.
I want him to look like how Nipsey Unaliver looked when he went in when the judge had said the short life that you're gonna live in this jail with the gang members, I hope they have fun with you, pretty much is what he said. The face, the swollenness, I need you to look like that. And I'm not gonna say nothing. Y'all can have that one, Mr. Officer. Because why? Why is he clean face and fresh with a clean cut? I just And after seeing that, you witness, everybody grieves differently. And I take back the victim blaming thing, because the only victim in this is the baby. So on it. But at the end of the day, everyone grieves differently. But I cannot have just seen a few hours ago or the day before or the week before my child get pummeled and choked and is bleeding. I can't even see the orifices because you're covered in this, and have the energy to stand up in front of a news camera and talk about it.
Listen, they was gonna be trying to hold me up. I was rocking back and forth. I was Lynn Whitfield on Brewster's Place when that baby put that damn thing in there. Like tears is like I can't speak. My hair is probably matted down on what side. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like I'm rocking because I'm in a different place. I'm probably got a loaded gun in my hand. Like I'm confused on where these people minds is at. See, I don't believe there's no. Let me just stop. Go ahead. Let me just digress.
That was gonna be a great point, but okay. What's up, Ox?
Even with that, Q, what this is 4-color girls in real time. This is what this is. This is what this is. When he dropped them children down off of that apartment, and she was on that ground trying to figure out her life.
This baby started right here on this next story. This is how this started. People
So basically,
get so beside themselves, inside of arguments with each other, that they do shit like this. We'll take a break in a second, but let's go ahead and roll over to this, because see, this is how this started. The FaceTime shit started here. Believe it. It started with some shit like this first.
Facts. Aubrey, is this your story?
Is this my story?
Yes.
No.
Oh, okay. So,
Yeah.
For all of you who pretty much have been on the social media, you do see where the viral woman shoots her husband dead on Facebook Live. Mr. Jeremy Brown, rest in peace. He was trying to get away. He was trying to diffuse the whole situation. The problem in this situation for me was the fact that her mother is here in the background having a whole dialogue. She got her whole situation going on saying, y'all need to do this. Y'all need to do that. This, and that, and the third. And the girl is getting riled up. She getting riled up. I don't know. She was ready. She's going in. She's still trying to get him. He's not doing what she wants him to do. The mama is talking. She's boosting the child up to where she feels as though she has to prove a point. She shoots her husband. He's unalived. And in front of their children, her mother...
Now everybody's screaming and hollering.
Elizabeth, and runs. She's the Elizabeth or Karen. She runs out the house. Nobody grabs the children. And she says, the gun went off. How?
I didn't know there was one in the chamber.
Do y'all know what this is about? Because I actually went to her Facebook page. Did y'all look at any of her posts?
No.
Oh, no, I did not. I've heard different
picture. The first picture I showed with them standing out together, that was the post. That's a picture from her post, and it says, "I can't believe my fucking husband is bisexual."
I heard that.
Well, I went on there today to collect it, and they had deactivated her Facebook page.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know somebody that heard a little bit more, and what they were telling you is that when the police got there, she lied and said that man was the aggressor, and Mama backed it up.
But it's on Facebook Live.
Carby.
Mm-hmm. You can hear her. You can hear her telling the police that this BS. When is it like we just said, it's on live. Like, why are you gonna lie? Like, they're gonna find out. Like, yeah. Mm-hmm.
The parenting skills for me. That's what it is. It's the parenting skills for me. Again, the kids are in an unsafe environment. Again, because people can't control their emotions. Yet the kids is in some shit. Now kids is watching their parents get unalive. Like, you know the trauma behind that? Like,
Yeah. It's
the trauma behind that, and then getting raised by the grandmother who came there to start the shit. Because the part that triggered me, and I wrote a lengthy caption under the original video. I don't even know which Instagram it was, that I was so heated and so aggravated at this situation, because I heard her say, once the argument started, once he was there, I didn't come out my bed for this, but you did. But you did, elder. You came to incite all of that horrid, raw, toxic emotion that you knew that you instilled in your daughter. That I'm gonna make you like me or worse, because if ever you look better than me, I couldn't stand to be around you. If ever you act better than I do, I couldn't stand to be around you. So I know what's gonna get, you're her mom. You know what's gonna get her riled up. You know how far she can possibly go. You've probably talked shit about her when it's turned against you, hearing the way that you were speaking in this video. So you, to me, are just as much, if not more, to blame. Because I see this, there's this tendency with certain mothers who will recreate themselves in their daughters and then hate them for it, except when they're aggravated and they want them to do the dirty work. And it was very clear that grandma was aggravated. She had to come out there and cook breakfast for her grandchildren. And now you will be cooking breakfast for them if you're allowed to, which, knowing our system, they're probably going to give the babies to you. You're going to be cooking breakfast for them for the rest of their life. So you questioning why this man couldn't come and cook breakfast, and how dare he, and you know she's on live. That's another thing. You're not going to be around me and just be talking shit about somebody that's part of the family, and you just running it on live. Like, you haven't sat with it. You just on here to plain talk shit and let people witness it. And that's why that ended up being your downfall.
I have
That's
to agree
why
with you, Marika.
Go ahead, Jose. Sorry. No, go
I was going to
ahead.
say that, when have we came to the point where we can't have constructive, conversations without being on a motherfucking live, and you trying to embarrass me? You do it to your children, but also, did you not see, you embarrassed your children, you embarrassed yourself, your mother embarrassed herself, but everyone is embarrassed. Your family is embarrassed. You did a lot of bullshit. You don't even understand what you just did there. The type of trauma, like Chad said, you just created there. We couldn't have this conversation. I did not know about the bisexual thing, but you did that to embarrass him. You did that to prove a point. You did these things to make him look away and make him less of a man than he already is being as a father. You're trying to destroy him because that's how your mom did you. That monster-in-law shit. That's not okay. This is a construct that has to be ended. We keep doing these things, and we do it to our children, like the little boy whose mom made him paint his face like a clown and then sit in the car on the way to school and told him, you got to go to school like this. Melanite. We have to stop doing this. And you put him on live. These things are not okay. When are we going to understand that these things and this embarrassment and mockery is not okay? If you can't have a conversation with me without trying to have me blasted like that or whatnot, I don't need to be with you. Don't need to be around you. It's cool. I'm going to leave it where it's at, because you can't be a woman enough, because your mom ain't made you woman enough to come to me as the man that I am for you, to talk to me. Let's have a conversation. Let's go out to dinner. Let's talk about it. Let's converse about it. You can't do that? That's an issue. We have to stop this. We have to.
But it wasn't enough that she had already put it up on Facebook with his pictures saying that he was bisexual. So you see, she felt like she could not compete with that. What is she going to say? That ain't no other woman. She felt like she couldn't compete with that. So now I put it up. You still ain't embarrassed enough. You still don't give a fuck. You still ain't reacting the way I want you to react. I feel like I ain't hurt you enough. Like, no, you purposefully shot that boy. You did that.
You know what I feel like this is? This is where a woman finds out that her man has been affiliated with a trans woman. This is one of those circumstances. And because people don't respect trans women, you put him out. Because now, in the state of Mississippi, when people are outed about trans people, they're considered men still in their eyes. So you wanted to embarrass him. You wanted to do what everybody around these areas they do. They feed off of this type of energy. But you were so pissed because it caught you by surprise. And how dare you leave me in my home to go lay up with a quote unquote man?
Because why didn't she call him gay? She didn't call him gay. She said he's bisexual. See, that would have been putting her completely out the picture. She still wanted him. She did this on purpose to make sure he couldn't go and be with someone else she couldn't compete with.
Boom.
Facts. It's sickening, y'all, to say the least. Absolutely.
Her and her mama.
Yeah. Yeah. And then I remember hearing it was like one of the babies came down and this was like, "Where's daddy?" You hear the mama go, "Your daddy's dead." What? How do you say that? Like, you don't do that to the anyway.
Disgusting. It probably was the stupid ass mama.
That's what I'm saying. The grandmama. I'm talking. Yeah, that's who said that. I already know. I could already tell.
That's wild. Listen.
Disgusting.
We're gonna take a break, but that causes so much trauma, y'all. I have a cousin whose her children's father, his father killed his mom. You know what I'm saying? That shit causes a level of trauma. You know what I'm saying? That you can't. It's not easy to fix because you can't bring that mother back. And then that person still is struggling with the love that they're supposed to have for that opposite parent. That is some bullshit.
Yeah.
I hope they kill the boy who killed that baby in jail, though. I hope they kill him.
You know what? It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Absolutely, because they don't the child fuckers and child killers, they don't deal with them in jail too well. But with that said, we're gonna take a break. We have some words from our sponsors, and we'll be right back.
Whoever said that everything that glitters isn't gold never met goddesses. When my mind and heart feel led astray, or even on a gloomy day, when negative energies come my way, return to sender with one spray. With intention, I will mist, ensuring protection, peace, and bliss. From the north, south, east, and west, Goddessence makes me feel my best. Goddessence Calming Protection Mist, available now at www.grandrising.com.
And we back, y'all. I'm sorry. I love her.
Oh, can I make a quick announcement?
Yeah, go on.
I just want to make sure that everyone knows that we had gotten so many requests to make the new mystery box accessible early. That's not released until April the 20th. And so we've done that, and we've actually listed it at sale price. So if you go on the website, you will see Smoky Days Mystery Cube. You can pre-order it now. We start sending them out on April the 20th, and this one is bigger and better than the last time. And we've already got VIP cousins that have held their box and done their pre-order. So I just wanted to make sure I made that known. Gratitude.
Gratitude. Yeah, support, y'all for sure. Okay. So I got a clip, y'all. Bill Gates is getting.
I got it loaded.
Oh, you got it? Cool. Great.
You want me to play it now?
Please, yeah. Just going to play it.
I'm not sure if you're aware, but I created the world's most popular computer operating system.
No, of course. But as we all know, it wasn't actually you who created it. As a matter of fact, the predecessor of Windows, MS-DOS, was created by Gary Kildall, which you then basically stole from him for a couple of dollars.
It's not just development. There's a whole lot of important factors to running an enormously successful company like Microsoft.
So then let's leave the computer world for a moment. You have been a major spokesperson for COVID vaccines during the pandemic.
Yes.
What exactly makes you a computer engineer who didn't even program his initial product himself, a valid representative of the pharmaceutical industry?
I have read a lot of books about that
Yes,
topic.
but how does that?
Wait a second. And met with specialists from the field all over the world.
Mr. Gates, with all due respect, how do you feel about it now? Now that it's becoming more and more evident that the medication you were promoting, whilst having heavily invested in it yourself, thus making billions of it,
This is not how the world works.
has caused countless injuries, side effects, and death.
That's a very immature way of looking at it, quite frankly.
So here's my final question to you. Is this a behavioral pattern?
What do you mean exactly?
Taking technology from other people that you don't understand, selling a product full of bugs, causing massive damage and profiting from it in a spec. What have you contributed to the world?
And yeah, come with it.
Yo, she had him in a chokehold. Listen, I like her. I'm not too fond of Gino, but I like her. She had him in the chokehold, but this is not what he was. This is not how it's supposed to be. What you thought you was gonna come on up in there and you was gonna say what you needed to say? The lies, lie.
See, Chaz, I love it because it shows you also that he knows everything she's saying is factual and he does not have any rebuttal with it, because that's all you have done is steal. And with the whole jab, that is one thing that I love too, because you are orchestrating a TV show that is on Amazon, which shows how you are. You've done that in that same way because you've tried to hurt the population. You couldn't even delve deep into that, and she still was trying to help you go deeper with that. You have picked everything apart just to hurt people, is what she's trying to say. How did you get to where you are, basically? What have you done to get to where you are? Do you see that you're hurting people as you're getting to where you are? He is going to have her off.
I just was thinking about that. I was like, we need to check on her in the next 2 to 3 weeks, maybe months or so, to figure out if she is still breathing over there in wherever she at. Because with all due respect,
He tested his gangster, and she was trying to show him, I'm the gangsteress. Let's see what you got.
He was so bothered, y'all. Bothered, burning. He was boiling in that seat, baby. He didn't know what to do. How dare she speak to me that way? I'm Bill Gates, a thief of Microsoft, allegedly.
Come on, Malik. I see you burning over there.
Did they show any clips of the two of them at the same time? Because I low-key feel like somebody's trolling and this is an AI Jedi mind trick.
Think so? Okay.
I thought it was weird the way he was responding to what she was saying. It almost felt like there were cutouts and like she was like, either he was responding to different questions. It just felt weird.
It feels like I've seen DJs do this when we have sound clashes. There have been some DJs who are so amazing at what they do that they will make another Caribbean DJ. They'll take their vocals on different videos they've posted and make them call themselves a Batiman or say like, I bowed on my fish boy, or whatever. And that's what this felt like. It either felt like AI, because I've been messing with the AI models a lot lately. It feels like that, or like it was clipped together, because I just feel this would have gone, if this happened on live air, it would have gone so viral the moment it happened.
He wasn't offended enough for me.
I feel like I'm being trolled a little bit. I feel like I'm being trolled. I do. I don't know. If Charming was here, I'm sure we would know right now.
Right. Now I'm like, oh shit.
I feel like I'm being Jedi mind trick. I want to give the credit, but I'm not gonna give it yet, because I need to do a little research.
I ain't mad. I'm not even mad.
Well, let us know, because if Susan
right, because
she was giving it to him in real life, listen, girl, can I not be in the audience? You better tell him.
If Susan ain't gone yet, it ain't real. That's what I know.
Okay.
Because I feel like
it felt a little clip put together for me too. But I was like, well, if she's giving him like that, the business, then she didn't really fucking gave it to him. But it felt a little clipped and put together.
I feel like every version of the vid, I feel like every version of that would have been left all over her desk. Like she would have been out in less than 24 hours. I don't know.
No, I got you. No doubt. Oh, we can move this thing along if we're done on this one. For sure.
Let's see.
Ouch. What we got?
Okay,
what we got,
so this is we can go into this. So it's a few things. Let me just play the clip, and then because it's funny to me, and then because we're gonna go into some celebrity shit real quick. So I'm gonna just play this clip because it's funny as fuck. And
food stamps, what the fuck? 250 food stamps.
250 in food stamps. I'm gonna pick the food stamps only because Soulja Boy's not nobody. I could have dinner by myself. Food stamps.
The food stamps.
Food stamps. I don't give a fuck about that corny ass nigga. 250 in food stamps. I don't give a fuck about no Soulja Boy. 250 in food stamps.
Give me them food stamps. I can't make some chicken Alfredo.
I didn't do that Soulja Boy lean since I was 12. Give me them food stamps. I'm taking food stamps. Fuck that nigga. Who is that?
250 in food stamps.
Y'all niggas bitches, nigga. Fuck y'all talking about. Fuck y'all. Suck my dick, nigga. Murder gang, zone 1, nigga. Y'all niggas bitches, nigga. My chain cost 200,000, nigga. Suck my dick, nigga. All y'all niggas on EBT, nigga. Suck a dick, nigga. Bitch ass niggas. Fuck y'all, nigga. Y'all pussy ass bitches will never make 100K in y'all life, nigga. Don't never play with my name, nigga. Pussy ass niggas. Fuck y'all, nigga. Suck my dick, nigga. Broke ass niggas. Crackhead ass bitches. AIDS infested ass city, nigga. Fuck y'all, nigga. Y'all niggas ain't got no money, nigga. Post that on your TikTok, broke ass bitch. You crackhead ass bitch.
Boy, he was hurt. Ego gone.
Listen, he was so pissed, but this is all I saw. This is prop money, bitch. This is prop money. You niggas ain't got no money. You niggas, this the
That's
same
what
shit.
I saw. That's what I saw.
What? You niggas, what? You niggas ain't got no. This is prop money. You niggas need to quit ordering prop money from propmoney.com, bitch. Stop it with the foolishness. It's 100,000. You niggas ain't getting no money. So you just got, knock it the fuck off. Stop it. Like you that mad, you didn't want them AIDS infested you because they rather have food stamps. If y'all seen the whole video, I mean, this one that you just seen, he says, suck my dick, nigga, 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 pick a nigga, 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 nigga. That's all I heard.
Someone's a little disgruntled, just a little bit.
Didn't you just get into a whole debacle that something by wait, that was what you were talking about earlier, Jose, was didn't they get caught up in some type of situation with the fake money or the
Yes,
what
they
is it
all
called?
got caught in cryptocurrency. Lindsay Lohan, Jake Paul, Akon, Neo, Soulja
Yes.
Boy.
That's the other one. Let me put it up for you. Because that is the other one, child. He did. Keep going. I'm just about to put it up there for you.
Jake Paul, they all have been caught in the cryptocurrency scandal right now, and they are in the heat at the moment. I do have a little video to play while that picture's there because it's the same
The
picture.
Securities and Exchange Commission charged 8 high-profile celebrities tied to a crypto scheme.
It's more than
The
8.
stars were charged with promoting cryptocurrencies associated with Justin's son and his companies Tron Foundation Limited, BitTorrent Foundation Limited, and Rainberry Incorporated, without disclosing that they were compensated for doing so and the amount of their compensation. According to the SEC, among those being charged are actress Lindsay Lohan, influencer and boxer Jake Paul, rapper Soulja Boy, and singer Neo. The director of the SEC's Division of Enforcement noted that Sun paid celebrities with millions of social media followers to tout unregistered offerings, while specifically directing that they not disclose their compensation. This is the very conduct that the federal securities laws were designed to protect against. The SEC says that with the exception of singer Austin Mahone and Soulja Boy, the stars have agreed to pay a penalty of more than $400,000 without admitting or denying the charges. Celebrity crypto endorsements have been a hot-button legal issue in recent months. Last year, Kim Kardashian agreed to a $1.2 million settlement in connection with her promotion of the EMA token. For more details on this story, head to thr.com. And for the latest entertainment news and updates, keep watching the Hollywood.
I just feel like that was confirmation that payola is a thing for real too.
Yeah, shout out to Hollywood Unlocked and the Shade Room as well.
Yes, it's all a scam. I think Governor, I think you talked about that.
She did. She told us to don't get into it for many years. It's a scam.
Yep. She said that a while ago.
And that's confirmation.
3 years ago.
Yeah.
Every time I say don't get into it, Spirit say stay away from it. Motherfucker come right behind me like, get into it. Put your money in it. It's great. Okay.
Motherfucker, my DM today. You see this core I just got? I don't give a
Look who you're funding, and they're stealing from you.
Y'all better get some of this prop money because you niggas ain't got no money. We out here with this money. You niggas ain't got no money.
Look, y'all, people with money, you will never see them doing that. People with real money, ever.
Listen, Jay-Z said it's a disconnect. We don't call that money over here.
What's heater? You know, I just had this bright idea, and I shouldn't talk about the idea that I had, but that made me think. These young men that are going to the strip clubs and throwing these big bands, how do we know that that's not prop money they throw into the dances? See, I was saying we should take it and go, but then I was like, stop.
That's
and
a beautiful idea.
No. That's why I stopped.
I used to be a stripper. I can't do that. I used to be a stripper.
Right. Sorry, Yehuda. I didn't even mean to think it. I'm sorry. But what if all these videos that we see, what if they're, because that, I mean, I've touched that. That looks so, Ro and I have put them up to it looks real. It just has something on it that says that it's not, but it looks real. So if you in there and you just throwing them out, I know them dancers be upset at the end of the night. They're like, it
they came here throwing this fake money.
They done twerked they spine loose.
I can just imagine me and Quatita running out the strip club with the rest of it. They'll never get us.
They'll never get us.
Raekwon and Ray, they done tricked us.
Look, get it, girl.
It's gonna be a bunch of the strippers like on Swarm looking for me and Malika.
Aubrey with the heels in her hand talking about.
Man, okay. I miss putting something up. 2 different stories I didn't get to put up, but we're gonna roll into it just really quick. Aubrey, Tamika Scott and Latasha Scott, the sisters that are going back and forth about who shot JR, where's the money, who stole the money. Well, Latasha Scott's husband Rocky called in to Tasha K, and he had some choice things to say before Aubrey gets into it. Let me play the clip for you.
Say something about Candy that I'm not going to say, which are all lies.
You see what the big news is, right?
About you stealing the $30,000?
No, about now the news is Tamika, my sister-in-law, was sending me naked pictures. Todd sucking a tranny's dick, and Tiny in trouble. That's about to be the biggest news today. So, people, that girl you got coming over there with security for what? Like, damn, Tasha.
Let me ask you this real quick.
Now, Tamika says that it was more than $30,000, and she ended up doing a brief interview with Tiny's mom, and she explained that it was actually several checks, and then they provided the proof where Rocky, which is I think his name is Edwin Bivens, he actually signed these things, and then someone forged Tamika's name. Aubrey?
Well, I want to ask y'all, who got the money? Where's the money at? Can we find where these checks are located? Because some forging has been done. And we need to see exactly who y'all think got this money. Because now Tasha is this gospel artist. She is signed and she is living her dream in her gospel industry. But
okay,
you that
too.
You finna go in?
That too.
Okay.
She had some evidence on that to where the offer was made for them to go to, like, it was one of the major record labels, Sony or some shit, to do a gospel album together. And Tamika says Latasha was at her house. They were cooking with her, Tamika and her husband. And she was like, yes, let's do this. But if we do it, we have to split everything down the middle. We'll both write the songs. She says Latasha went off. In the clip, she ended up playing a clip of Family Guy when Lois is going off and she's throwing shit, she's breaking shit. She said that was Latasha's response, Aubrey. And she says that after that, her and her husband was confused on why Latasha responded that way. And next thing she knows, Latasha has a deal signed by herself and she is recording the gospel album by herself. So we're going to do the poll because when Aubrey talks about this, we thought we wanted to know, what does the community in the panel think? Who has the fucking money? The checks were sent to Tamika's and Latasha's mother's house, but the checks are allegedly signed by Rocky, which is Latasha's husband. Who has the money, you guys?
I'm going to say Latasha and the husband have the money, and this is why, because I'm watching that show, and I'm watching the dynamics between Latasha and her husband, and Latasha has no backbone or a brain when it comes to him. So I can totally see him manipulating that whole situation and letting that whole thing go down. They already said everybody's previewed, everybody's social security numbers and all that other shit, so it's not far-fetched, and it's not hard to put together. I'm just saying. That's how I see it, because that's a slick motherfucker. The husband, if y'all not watching the show, y'all got to watch that husband, Rocky. Oh, that's a motherfucker up. But anyway,
they say he's a bully.
She has no thoughts. She has no. It's like everything she says, like, and even if she don't know how to respond, she waits for him to get the answer to know how to respond to a situation. It's crazy. It's the craziest shit in the world. So yeah, Latasha and them got that damn money.
But Carb, do you remember where he went in the interview, where she was getting the interview by the producers and he whispered in her ear and they were like, so what did he say? No, she didn't know how to respond to that. Whatever he said what he said, and she was just looking just like frozen.
Her handler. That's her handler. He's her handler all day.
So what you all are saying is that they have a TV show? So what I'm gonna say is they pulled a book out of the page of They Good Sis Candy, even though they talk about her. They probably got permission to talk about the husband too for ratings and views, because I didn't even know that they had a show. I think they all have the money, and I think that this is just a storyline. And I don't even know who they are. I mean, I know who they are, because who doesn't know who they are as far as the history and music, but I don't know who they are, except for when they've been featured on shows with the populars in their group. And I think they're just doing what all of them do, which is create some chaos and some drama. And I mean, did anybody take anybody to court yet? Are they going to take them to court?
Okay, so the backstory on that is Tiny's mom says Tamika wanted her money back. And they said the only way other checks that was stolen can be cut is if she takes her sister and Rocky and prosecutes them. And she says she's been trying to save their souls because she goes to church. And, what would she do? And so she just doesn't want to be that because she didn't want to not be loved. And she didn't want her mom to disown her because her mom favors Latasha, is what she said. So that's that on that. But nobody is speaking on the fact that he just said Todd be sucking dick.
But see, to me, that's not a big surprise. I've always heard that. That's always been a rumor, like always.
I think when Candy was helping them with the play to come up in the world of reality, I think she was like, just go ahead and throw that in there. And I'm pretty sure that it's an unfortunate surprise to her that nobody cares because we already.
Malika, was she like this? Yeah, might as well throw Todd in there.
Why do you do this so good? I love when you do that. Why are you so good?
It don't matter to me.
You did that too good. You did that too good. You want to take it off key just a little bit more. We need to hit a little bit more flat and a little bit more sharp. That was too good.
Understand.
Girl, I don't understand how Candy was even given a record deal, okay? Because every man wants a woman.
Wait, hold on. Did y'all see the I want to know who releases these videos. Are they the fans? Are they the swarms? That's what they call it on that show. Listen, if y'all have not watched that show yet, please listen to Quatita when she says go and watch Swarm. It is the worst, best thing I've ever watched. It's the most amazing piece of art. I don't even know. Anyway, is it the fans that release these videos to take shots and be like, yeah, because my singer's better? Because why would that Jennifer Hudson and Tamar Braxton video of them singing her song Love and War together be all over my feed, my timeline, right after Tamar was making fun of Candy's vocals? And who found the video of Candy singing in Real Housewives to post at the same time to show that Tamar was
saw
telling no
that.
lies? Did you see the J Hud and Tamar singing Love and War though in harmony?
I didn't watch it. It popped up and I didn't watch it because Jennifer Hudson irks my soul.
Does she? Yeah, kind of. Well, I can see that.
She's a Vivica Fox to me. All that black woman. We don't fucking do that.
That's what Simon said. Remember?
It irritates the fuck out of me.
Honest, I don't know what's changed, but when we were in the studio, she was very calm and very chill. And even the way that she spoke was very, this is what we kind of talked about on the interview earlier, Quatita, how today was great for me because I no longer had to show up as the artist. I don't give a fuck if you like my music or not. Because I'm CEO of Grand Rising. Greetings, welcome. And even that is an exclusive opportunity to be a part of. So go by. But what happens is when all you have is music, you attempt to show up as what you think people are going to keep you as. That's why women who are old, because they know the older looking women get flushed out, typically will do all these surgeries to stay young because they don't want to lose their check. This is all they know, because her in the studio, she wasn't like that. And that's why she got taken off of American Idol in the first place, because Simon said, you should have left the Disney on the Disney cruise ship. Because I think she used to sing for the cruises or something. Like, she was very over the top. But in the studio, like, it was in depth and it was real calm. And we talked about having children. Elijah was just born, so she was holding him while I was taking care of stuff. And she was like, I just can't wait to have a child. And it was very like Janet and Michael voice. Except for when she would sing. Songs, you know. So that's why when you say that, it makes so much sense to me.
Yeah, it's annoying to me. I was in a hotel lobby one time recently, and her show was on, and I was like, who the fuck is that talking? Then it was the guest, cause girl, yes, say it, honey. Like, Girl, get the fuck out of here.
It's
Get the
giving
fuck
Ricky
outta
Lake. It's giving Ricky Lake.
That shit
Trying
is
to be the
annoying as
new
fuck to me, like
Wendy.
Vivica Fox.
You
Yeah,
know
and her-
what? And you know who also does and dibbles in that energy as well? Tamar. She's over the
Yes.
top in every
Cause
interview.
what she gonna do? She, bitch, shut the fuck up.
See, but look again with that. Look at the situation Tamar went through with Tony. Even from when all the sisters were on Jenny Jones back in the day, Tony took the deal and ran and left them. She was no longer a sister
Indeed.
group. You know, and so probably because Tamar to me sings better than Tony. Oh, and I love me some Tony Braxton, but to have that talent and to like, there's no feeling. It's like when we see people call Quatita a psychic, the psychic. It's like that feeling. And so what some people, where Quatita is the type of person that's going to be like, fuck y'all, you're going to get more real genuine versions of me. Sorry, I'm cussing so much tonight. You're going to get more. Okay, you're gonna get more genuineness from me. You're gonna see even more, and I'm gonna fight these bitches along the way too. Other people will be like, what do I have to do to be seen? Because I know my talent is here, and these people that are here are surpassing me and getting the attention. So in what way do I need to be extra to fit in so they'll like me? Like people on TikTok pretending to have life-ending diseases because they want to get the fans and the followers, or like moms making their baby sick on purpose because they want something to post on TikTok. All of that, but it's Munchausen to another level because they're doing it for social media fans. They're doing it to collect the gifts. They're doing it for the attention seeking. There's so much of that we see, and I'm so glad you pointed that out because it's very prevalent in the music industry. All these people are putting on a facade. It is an act. A majority of them are putting on a facade. It's an act for them to keep and stay put on.
I'm glad you said that.
This is
Marie,
why
because
it gets on my nerve. Go ahead, Jose.
I was just gonna say it's like they learn how to embark that ego of, because that becomes their new ego. It's like how Beyonce had that song Ego. You have created this ego, which is the new archetype of you. You don't know how to come out of that and see who else you should be, who else you can be, because the ego that you are rising into is no longer you. It is now something that you have created and took to the top, and now you're going levels with it to where you don't know how to come back down and find you.
It happens like that in everyday spaces, Jose.
Yes, it
And you
does.
see that when it's a whole bunch of homeboys and homegirls, you see that with certain people that you're like, who are you? Like, why are you showing up this way? Like, you could just be yourself. Like what they say, you ain't got to lie, Craig.
You don't got a lot to kick it, Craig.
You ain't got a lot to kick it, right? You ain't got a lot to kick it. You ain't
Yeah,
got a lot to kick it.
absolutely, absolutely, Jose.
Look,
Absolutely.
This energy we talking about, it gives this is what they see right here. Watch this.
I'm gonna actually start talking like these. Okay, I'm gonna talk like these every day. Okay, cause y'all think I'm so ghetto. I'm finna show y'all fucking ghetto. I'm gay. Because baby, I don't know what you talking about over there. But baby, let me tell you on this, actually, you know what?
The hell.
This fat bitch. This
Wait,
fat Humpty Dumpty
what the hell did I just watch?
hillbilly ass bitch.
Girl, you watch
Special
Flounder.
needs at its finest.
Yeah,
That's what you
watch
just
Flounder
saw.
on crack.
High functioning retardness at its finest. That's what you saw.
I'm gonna show
I
y'all
said,
ghetto.
okay.
Wait, what?
My thing is, why did you have to change your accent for people to know you was ghetto? Because we had already knew that.
And what was
why
this?
did you assume like right it that and for you to try to go back and say like we know that these are stereotypical behaviors that people put out there that are supposed to be linked to us, and she thought that was cute, she thought that was funny. And Aubrey, you made a point earlier, and I'm not gonna say it, but I loved your point that you made in regards to her boyfriend. I think you asked it earlier.
Yeah,
About
Melanite, he's a G-Night, yup. And he's fat, tubby, and look dirty, just like this dirty bitch.
Do y'all see her tab lashes though?
Mm-hmm.
The little lash extensions that she claimed that you know, because you know.
I'm not doing this with you, Aubrey, because I finally put lashes on today, and my lid has been stuck to the top of my eye this whole time. Y'all been seeing me push down like this.
Marika,
it keeps getting glued. Yeah, I don't know what's happening. I was gonna call y'all after to ask you for help.
No,
but-
I help you. I help you next time.
That roly poly ass bitch. We taking another break.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. We gotta take a commercial break, y'all. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsors.
Powerful, captivating, indulgent, riveting. You hear the rumble of the earth. High councils, affirmations, oracle, and tarot deck. Available for pre-sale now. Only on www.awalkwiththeancestors.com.
All right, we back, y'all. So, governess, where are we going with this thing?
We are coming to you and Jose.
Love
Oh,
with you, Carbon, but I think
She don't
it
even
can
see it
be
yet, Aubrey.
Taz, Carbon, and I.
Look that.
Because if we are going to play an ad, I'm so sorry. We about to get to the plastic blood water in a second, but can I just explain?
Let me put you to the front. Wait a minute. Let me put you up.
Hold on, let me wipe my screen off and make sure. Okay, let's go.
There we go.
So listen, I just want to say, I want to send a huge congratulations to anyone that took the time to pre-order, because these cards are absolutely beautiful. And if you cannot feel the magic from where you are, then we're gonna need to work on you and your essence of feeling, because what came through my phone screen, I cannot wait to touch and make these tangible within the experience that is me, because the power of it all, I need y'all to understand, because the ad just played, but the power of it all. If you have not gotten your pre-order, you need to make sure that you get your deck. Go to www.awalkwiththeancestors.com and get it today. Life-changing. Life-changing. Congratulations, man. Ashe.
Get it.
Hey.
Congratulations. Yes. The deck is beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. It really
Gratitude.
is.
They are on
Mhm.
their way. I have my UPS tracking and everything, so they are en route.
That's what's up. How exciting. I know you ready. You've been ready. As long as you've been working on these, I know.
I know. And I have to go out of town, so they're probably going to be sitting at this door when I get big.
Well, at least they'll be waiting on you though.
Yes.
Mhm.
And I have my camera, so a bitch better not touch my shit.
Can you change it so that you can pick it up when you come back? I just feel like PTSD, yellow sweater.
Talk after this, you can kind of tell me how I do that.
Okay, all right.
So basically, y'all, the story that was up, I had saw a video, and basically what it was saying, these scientists went all over the world, North America, South America, everywhere. You know what I'm saying? And 93% of the water that they tested had plastic in it. Didn't matter what brand, didn't matter what label, didn't matter. You know what I'm saying? So just know, y'all, we all drinking plastic around this bitch. It's all in the water. No matter. It doesn't matter. Unfortunately, I'm pretty sure that ties into Jose. Come on, Jose.
Yes, I wanted to give a little knowledge though. There are little numbers on the bottom of our plastic, and our plastic basically it's levels of the toxicity and what should be in your in your body that you're digesting and like taking in. A lot of our food is in the toxic poisons. On top of that, that means our maple syrups, our peanut butters. I can't think of how many other ones right at the moment, but there's a lot of toxins that are in our food canisters that we take home and we eat out of that are poisonous for us. There's a certain grade of plastic though that you're supposed to actually drink out of, actually reuse, recycle. And actually, I believe what is recyclable and usable for that is the Dawn. Like we can drink out of a Dawn plastic thing because it's not toxic. The chemicals in that plastic is not toxic. it is safe for digestion for our human bodies. But when you get other ones that are higher grades of plastic, it is toxic for your body. It'll break you down. It's poisonous. And we're slowly poisoning ourselves by the different levels of plastic that it is. Even your plastic cups that you buy, like the number on the bottom, I believe if it's not a number 1, I forget what I could get
3
right
to
now.
7. It's
Yeah, 3 to 7.
Recycle
Gratitude,
code 3
Malika.
or 7. You're welcome. May contain BPA.
Yes. And those are the ones that you should be drinking out of, but they have us consuming poison, and we're poisoning ourselves through that. That's why they always say, get glass, eat out of glass, drink out of glass. Glass is more protective because the plastic that we're drinking out of is poisonous. We're breaking our body down with that.
Right. Absolutely. Hey, I found a clip of what we're actually both speaking of. Here you go.
This is the largest investigation of its kind, as I mentioned, in a number of different countries. Tell us what they found.
So what they did is they went to a number of countries, Asia, North America, South America, Europe, and they pulled all the water that was available on the shelves and sent it to a lab in New York, had it tested, and they were looking for microplastics. Those are extremely tiny pieces of plastic, the thickness of a human hair. And in many cases, they found them. In fact, in 93% of the bottles that were tested, Aquafina, Dasani, Nestle, the list goes on.
Brands, not any brand in particular.
Wow. Yeah, all sorts of brands. In 93% of the bottles they tested, they found these microplastics.
So yeah, y'all. There are the numbers and whatnot. So
That was on point too.
mhm.
You know
Yeah.
what? I just read, and I give gratitude for you bringing this up, because what I'm reading now is that it says that you should look for products labeled as BPA free, because even if it has the recycle code 3 or 7, it may still contain BPA. But the part that got me is not putting it in the microwave or dishwasher, because as they break down, like if you have plastic plates, anything made out of plastic, it can leach BPA into your food. See, and so dishwasher, like when you put on the dishwasher, right, Aubrey? That's what I'm thinking about. How long have I? Yeah, okay. Now I get right.
I literally got a water bottle. And
I
I've
know
been
it's.
sitting here
I
looking
know
at
if you
the
keep
bottle.
that in the car, like if you leave your water in the car and it's hot in your car, that also will make the BPA leach into the bottle as well.
Absolutely. Facts. You're muted, governess.
You're on mute. You're on mute.
I was just saying, like, I keep telling myself to stop doing it because I leave my water bottles in the car and then I'll bring some up at a time. You know what I mean? But absolutely, that's did you also show the clip of the blood in the water?
Yeah, we also have a clip about the blood as well.
Let
Because
me
the
find
blood
that.
is in the water in Turkey. But
Yeah.
remember when I had said something about this before and they blocked all of my YouTube channels about the legalization of liquefaction, So
Okay, here I found it. Here you go.
Hey, yo, peace, fam. So it's got Right TV. Thanks. One life family. It's up on us. I don't know already. So, yo, family, take a wild guess as to where this is at. You ready for it? Turkey, family. See, I was just showing you guys the water coming up and flooding the entire city, flooding everywhere in Turkey. Goofballs talking about some rain. I'm like, no, the water's from the Lord coming down. But here we go, family. You guys are blood and red water just spilling all over the place now. Look at this. What is this? This actually looks like blood. But I guess it's just arteries. Made some Kool-Aid or something. But family, if you ask me, that looks like the blood of some titans. It looks like this earthquake shook up some titan down there underground. Some living thing got ruptured. And you're telling me this? Where's this coming from, family? Yo, yeah, man, it's just not to see it here, right? After the massive earthquake, the place is flooding, and now it's bloody red. Wow, family, I don't know what to tell y'all. I know
Yeah.
I'm bracing my.
I didn't even know about the massive earthquake situation. That's crazy. Go ahead.
My bad, Carbon. But I was going to say the first thing that came to my mind is when we have these wars, because they have a lot of them over there, like in Turkey and whatnot, how do you know that's not how they're dispelling and poisoning certain people in those locations by taking those bodies there, letting the blood leak into the water stream, and then it's doing that. But even that has to go to the U.S. How are we doing when we throw these bodies in these lakes and these rivers and whatnot, and people are doing malicious things like that? These are our water sources, like these springs and everything. It's kind of like it's all conducted and put in a certain way to where they know the system, they're not going to fully clean the water, right? They're not going to bleach it right. They're not going to really make sure we're okay. And then on top of that, they're putting all these toxins inside of you with the plastic, with the blood. It's a combination of you're killing yourself slowly, but we're going to help you kill yourself because you're not paying attention to some of the things going on around you and the incidents that are going on around you, these wars, these people that are slaughtering each other like serial killers, throwing them into springs, lakes, into your water stream, into your rivers. It's just things like that. That's what that made me think of. It could be Kakusas that they do it with, but I believe it's human.
Yeah. Yeah, come on, Ops.
Why am I thinking about a recreation of the Red Sea? Why am I thinking? Because I watched I don't know who sent a vid to me where this guy is actually in the museum in Missouri. And in that museum, I actually was at that museum where he was at. So I recognize a lot of the places that he was at, where he was talking about where they switched the north, south, east, and west and the directions of what we know them as of today. So what I'm thinking is in Turkey, what is it? I'm thinking of, why are y'all trying to recreate a lot of these things that are in your book, that you do a lot of the things that you do to us now? Like, I don't know. I'm feeling that Red Sea is trying to be recreated, and they're trying to do it in the way of they're letting you know, listen, we doing any and everything to get y'all up out of here because we already know. It's you know, I don't know.
Absolutely.
I'm just thinking.
Like, where's all the blood coming from? It's a lot of bodies somewhere. And because we don't go over to these countries, third world places, other places, we don't go there. We don't frequent that. So we don't really know what the fuck is going on outside of our timeline and dimension, because we're in a dimension in here, just in the United States, and our own lovely club and party and Hills and Lil Wayne and Drake and who's fucking Rihanna. And so that's kind of where we're stuck at. But speaking of celebrities, take us on out of here, Jonathan.
It's the first list for me. Okay.
Well, if it's that for you, let me put this other one up so you can see this one too.
Wait, he got a genome girlfriend?
Yes, child. So if you can't see what this says, it basically says, this y'all little boyfriend, before he was popping, it says y'all would have passed bro up 200 times before making him y'all guy. He went from where my hug at to where the hoes at. Now, mustache or genome girlfriends that they're just recently being photographed on red carpets and shit because he was being said that he was laying with Micah B. So now they done threw a mustache on him as they had thrown on Michael with Lori. So I'm just saying, allegedly, is it his girlfriend or is she a mustache?
I get beat. Well, I was always called. It was called a beard when I'm from. She's a beard for sure.
Oh, y'all, I am so slow.
Yes, it's a beard, silly, but still it's his mustache.
I'm over here like, what is
But it's like symbolism because his boyfriend Michael had a mustache.
Michael had a beard. He has a beard. They both had beard. Mm-hmm.
That's the
Yeah,
term that I
mustache,
knew.
beard. Yeah.
Okay, that's what it is. Listen, the
Listen.
bus was rolling and I was not on it. Okay.
Yes, beard, mustache, like the covering
Same
nipple
difference.
of the gay lip, baby.
Look, same difference. Mm-hmm.
But like
So he went from that to being on what's the show he was on? What the Lovecraft Country, where he became a sex symbol, and now he's been in several roles, and he just did Creed, of course, with Michael B. Then they did a very loving interview where he kept, I fucking the shit out of Michael, letting him know how much he loved him, and then they did a loving photo shoot together that only couples do, because I don't see no straight men doing that. And I love my gays, but listen, gay shit is gay shit. And that was gay shit. Like, two men that are straight don't photo. They're not doing that. He'd be like, get the fuck up. You better quit playing. Like, this is what's going on. And I love the gays. I am a bisexual woman. But I am saying now he is all of a sudden mysteriously, allegedly has this genome girlfriend. And what way to push the envelope to say, yeah, I love pussy, then let me pretend like I didn't choke this bitch out, but let me act like I didn't do it. But long as I'm in the public saying that I have pussy at home, then this will get me out of what I was just in, because although I'm in it, my publicist feels like it's doing something to my image.
You know why this is not believable? Because she's a genome woman. Why did y'all not put a Melanite woman with him? Is it because that she would have known that
They're all taken? Lori's taken at the moment.
Girl. Now I'm wondering, and then she with my future husband.
Yeah, that makes sense. Oh,
Am I wrong? Because I feel like men that date genome women, I automatically feel like they put shit in their ass. It's just
They have
what
it
it
too.
is.
They have it too.
It is right,
Yeah,
Carmen, because
automatically. I don't know
they want
why.
it because they don't have that discernment, and that's why they go there, and they know they don't use that discernment that a Melanite woman would, and they won't question it either, because they're like, as long as I got black cock, it's all right.
Big black
cock.
BBCs.
Yeah, as long as she can see that black cock, she's cool with it. It
Can I
don't
just
matter.
say that somebody very close to me, as in my relative, my immediate relative, used to only date genomes, and it was because the Melanite woman that he gave his heart to broke it into 100,000 million pieces and spread it across all of Florida. And so he had promised himself then that he was going to explore other avenues. He's, come back around since then, especially with tapping deep into the roots that are us and the magic that is us. But I just want to make sure that I put that out there as another reason, because that touches home for me, because that's my person familially, so, and that was his reason. He couldn't look at a reflection because it would be heartbreak all over again. It was his greatest love. So I just wanted to
Child, that's deep.
Sad. Right. Okay.
Look at
Well,
Aubrey's face.
I just want a hug.
We love you. We don't all hurt you. We don't all hurt you.
Like 1,100,000 pieces. Malika, you made this sound so bad.
I mean, it's just.
what's wrong with y'all?
See, look, Keisha said that's why Malika, my brother, did. He back now though. I mean, he come back around, but yeah, that's one of the reasons. Just one. Just
I mean, I get it, but like you
there's
said,
all the ignorant reasons. Sorry, go ahead, Carbon.
No, but like you said, they came on back around. That's all I'm saying. They came on back around. Man, that's funny.
Look at Governor's face.
Right, what you pondering over there?
Cause where did she just pop up from? When you just checking out the ass of the big black booty, in the interviewer? When he just checking her out with Michael B? So where the girlfriend come from?
And he was like, "Oh, but we didn't know it was gonna be you, though. Oh, we didn't know it was gonna be." And then they both did the like scripted, both turn at the same time. Oh, I'm go on mute.
Get the fuck
I
off.
tell you what,
So
y'all.
is this part of the act of the new down low culture?
It is.
Hmm.
This is not the new. This is what they've always done.
Wow,
We
yeah.
do
Show on
just
Netflix.
confess his
Just
love.
we're paying attention now.
Doing it.
Yes.
No, y'all should have saw them on the Sherry Show, honey. That is a gag.
Exactly. Listen, Aubrey, when Sherry said to Michael B and Tesla, whatever the fuck, when she said to them, she said, "Y'all energy is so good. Y'all should y'all like a real couple." Jonathan turned. I swear, go watch it. He said, and looked down at Michael like this.
Yes, he did.
Like, nigga, say something, nigga.
And Michael was like, we
went to
you know, we
for the
family.
movie.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They got caught. They got
They
put
did
on
get caught.
flag.
Baby, Jonathan turned in his chair, put his hand over his mouth, and looked down at Michael like,
Oh, that's
you
your
want?
bitch, huh?
That's your
Okay.
Malika,
right.
you gotta watch it.
They're basically like the live version of watching the Netflix TV
Right,
show,
right. I'm about to
Hollywood,
look at it too.
if y'all ever watched that. Because Hollywood was basically about that, where they are undercover in the industry for real, and what they have to do to keep themselves like hidden in, you know, the world of being straight, but they're really gay. But they have to keep on with the facade because you need the public to like you. The public will not like you if they know the true you. And that's what they go by. You have to keep this facade up. And we're watching that with Jonathan and Michael, but there's several more that we probably don't even have our eyes on fully
Not at
through.
all. Absolutely. So Rakia says, did we talk about the abuse allegations? They gave them and then they were trying to take them back. And then she said it happened. Then she said it didn't happen type shit. Like, I can't keep up with what's happening. I really didn't give a fuck to even look at it because I know you're lying. Whatever it is, you're fucking lying about it.
Quatita, I feel like Michael B. Jordan knows that possibly, allegedly, probably, that he has a little bit of Chadwick's energy.
I believe so. I believe he does.
And that's why
And I
he's
was thinking
drawn to him.
That makes sense.
I was thinking the same, Aubrey, because he's been
Yes,
booked
I
in
believe
so
so.
many movies, so many TV
Yup.
shows. You're in Ant-Man, you're in this movie, Creed. You have all these things that you're booked and already have roles in. It's like you already were filling the shoes of Chadwick.
Well,
Mhm.
that's what they said. Remember, they said Chad said that his energy will be given to another actor.
Mm-hmm.
He did.
Did. And you
Facts.
can see it orchestrating now because
yeah.
it keeps coming boom, 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 boom. You're
So
in
why
every
would he even bring it up? He said, I lost a brother that I loved so dearly, and I'm so glad that I have found love in another brother. And then people come putting on my shit. That is his blood brother. That's what I said, period. No, it ain't. They sucking dicks.
They don't read in between them lines.
Allegedly.
Yeah. Okay.
Miss
They playing
Thing.
sword. They like bing, 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 bing. Okay. Okay.
Oh my goodness.
What, Malika?
So I was just glimpsing it. I was paying attention and being a bad student in class that was watching the video at the same time. What got me was just now, after he's sitting there uncomfortably with that beige cup of coffee in his hand, and then Sherry changes the topic to him now, not Michael B, but this guy, Lovecraft, Jonathan. Yes. And Michael B is like,
yeah.
Before the audience even clap, you know, like when you know that your spouse may be pissed off.
That's my boo.
Like, go ahead, babe. Tell him.
Yeah, tell him, babe. Remember the genome that was up there dancing with the guy that
was. That's it. That's all I was thinking. More rapping than him. Like, that's my man.
That's my babe.
Period.
That is deep.
He kept turning around on that interview, like, because he looked me deep in my eyes and he told me it was gonna be all right. And when we're sitting in the hotel room at 4:00 in the afternoon, just us together, sweaty bodies, not doing nothing inappropriate, because we love each other. And nigga, what?
The swords are definitely swords in.
The
I
swords
want
are
somebody to
swords.
look at me like that.
Me too.
Me too, Aubrey.
Deep in my eyes. Look at me like you know you gonna get it when you get high.
Michael B back there sweating. I hope he don't slip up and say nothing.
After that interview on Sherry, you know, it was good. It was good after that because it was like, what? Oh,
They probably
okay.
was slapping each other's ass like, all right, let me find out. Let me
Uh-huh,
find out.
You better not come on
Sherry
smelling
said
like
he's
that.
the sexiest man on the planet.
Okay, I'm sorry. Y'all, it's been a great show. And it's been a great show. We've had a lot of fun. And until next week, don't trust no G night, don't trust no genomes and G nights. And we gonna see you next week. We love y'all very much.